Hello and welcome to the latest edition of Untitled Reviews. Now it's time for another budget microphone review with TONOR's TC-777 USB Condenser Microphone. On first impressions, this seems like one of the best value kits around, breaking into the top 5 selling list on Amazon for condenser microphones. And at $39.99 for a complete set, it appears to be very good value for money. On the front of the box, we find the TONOR logo, a picture of the TC-777, and a notification of the 2-year warranty. And inside the box, we find the microphone itself attached to the tripod, complete with foam pop shield, an attachable pop filter, service card, and comprehensive instruction manual. Okay, so onto the design of the TC-777. Now, after much wizardry with the camera and angles and all sorts of things, this is the best that we've come up with to show off the TC-777. And one of the first things that you'll notice is that it doesn't really look or feel particularly cheap at all. I mean, it's a nice blue colour, actually, to be honest. And there's some nice metal effect paintwork, so there's metal flake on the plastics of the microphone itself. The tripod's metal, and the rest of it's all made out of pretty damn sturdy plastics. And to be honest, as much as it's been a little fiddly with the camera, the TC-777 and this entire stand is pretty small compared to other USB microphones, which means it's pretty easy to stow away or travel with. The tripod does collapse down, and this pop filter does screw on with a pretty secure mechanism. So that also helps as well. One thing that is worth noting is that the cable present on the bottom here isn't detachable. It is fixed, which does seem a little odd if you want to carry this around, because other microphones may just offer a detachable USB Type B to A cable, but it does at least keep everything in one place. Now, the additional tripod that this comes on, as you can see, is a metal stand, which reiterates the sturdiness, and these non-stick balls on the bottom means that it won't slip around unless you really play with it. One thing that is, I suppose, quite annoying, really, if you're like me, is that the TC-777 doesn't have, if we spin round, a 3.5mm audio jack for a direct audio feed from the microphone to headphones. Now, more premium microphones might have this, like the Rode NT USB that we use, but it would be an unfair comparison to compare a $39.99 microphone on Amazon to one that is 3 or 4 times the price. It's useful for some as well, and maybe not others. Now, there is a lack of onboard gain control, unlike Fifeind's K052 that we reviewed a few weeks back. Means that it does need to be adjusted in software like Audacity or Adobe Audition or whatever you're using. And one thing that is worth noting is that the TONOR logo that you see there does look like something out of a heavy metal band. It does look nice, although it might be a little bit garish for some. It's there to show where you're meant to speak into the microphone. A little gold dot to indicate where to speak might look a little bit classier, but otherwise it's a nice addition, just so you know who the microphone's made by, really. Okay, so this is what the TONOR TC-777 sounds like right out of the box, and I'm about 5 to 6 inches away where you want to be if you're using a traditional cardioid condenser podcaster microphone. Now, the first thing to note about the TC-777 in terms of audio performance is that it's plug and play, and there are no driver downloads required. It's picked up as soon as it's plugged in. All you need to do is select it in the device manager on Windows or Mac OS or whatever operating system you're using, and it will be picked up. Same within the software, to be honest. And it is decent sound for the money. It is a fair bit crisper than Fifeind's Gooseneck, and may well beat the likes of Blue's Snowball. Especially given the Snowball's higher price, TONOR's TC-777 may seem like a pretty damn good investment. And with this being a cardioid microphone, it picks up more at the front and at the back, and as a condenser too, it's ideal for voices as opposed to instruments. Now, when recording it in its raw state, it may be a little quiet, and the gain will need to be adjusted, something that we'll fiddle with in the editing process. But this isn't just a problem with TONOR's microphone, it's a trope of cheaper ones. But to be honest, the sound pickup is still pretty damn respectable. And for $39.99, you can't really go wrong when you consider what you're actually getting for that money in terms of the microphone itself, 2 foam pop shields, and a metal stand that's also adjustable to your needs. So, in terms of audio quality, TONOR's TC-777 does get the thumbs up from us. But one important thing to note before we go to the conclusion is that when you record it in Audacity, certainly it does only record in mono. So you are going to have to change it to stereo at the touch of a button. So it's not that big of an issue, but it might bother some, as well as the fact that it only records in 16-bit, because I know that some audio files and podcasters like to record in 24-bit. So, in conclusion then, is the TONOR TC-777 USB condenser microphone worth a pickup? Well, it's a more than decent option for those first timers in content creation or amateur podcasters, and makes for a great starting point if you're looking for a more traditional cardioid condenser microphone. It's certainly well built and good quality from a brand you might never have heard of before, so it is a pretty worthwhile pickup in that respect. And one thing you can't argue with is that price. For $39.99, there's no additional purchases required, and it's the sheer amount of stuff that you're getting for that money that is the real standout here. When you consider that you're getting not only the microphone, which would have been good enough at $39.99, but the stand that it sits on and the 2 additional pop filters, you are ready to go right out of the box. Which does mean that it's a perfect option for those people that are just looking to get started in the YouTube scene or podcasting, or maybe even recording songs or something, to be honest, whatever floats your boat. And all that remains to be said is for you, if you've enjoyed this video, to like, share and subscribe to the channel, and make sure to ring the bell so you don't miss any future videos. To follow us on Twitter and Instagram, and like the blog as well, links are down below. Make sure to sign up to the newsletter. And if you like the kit that you've seen today, there'll be an Amazon link down in the description where you can purchase this. So thank you very much for watching.